The final day of minicamp was yesterday. Mac Jones had an up and down day, and we're going to talk all about it today in this video where we got the most footage we've ever seen from Mac Jones in one single day yesterday. Very excited to talk about all of that. This first clip is literally the first clip from yesterday's minicamp day, and it's actually a video of Mac Jones walking up to minicamp because he was the first player on the field. And this story actually was pretty popular, just seeing him walk up and be the first player on the field. The second video is actually a video of him just throwing the ball around here, getting some practice in. This is before anybody was there. So really cool to see him eager to get out there and practice and be better and work hard. He's basically out there with a bunch of staff, so really, really good to see that eagerness from him. Now, this first pass we're actually going to take a look at here is one to fellow rookie Ramondre Stevenson, and this one is really cool because we're obviously also excited about Ramondre Stevenson, and he's probably a top 3 rookie that I've heard the most about, that people are very excited for. Apparently, throughout minicamp, Ramondre Stevenson has shown very soft hands and the ability to catch passes as a running back, which is super valuable, and it's actually very interesting for his type of running back to be able to do that. He is more of a bruiser running back that's also pretty fast, so he's kind of got the best of both worlds, but now we're learning he can catch, which usually is something that for some reason most shifty, very small running backs are good at. Usually those larger, more bruising running backs aren't quite as good at catching. They're more focused on just getting the ball straight up the middle, but Ramondre Stevenson has shown some pretty exceptional catching ability as well, which is also just another bonus for him. Not to mention about this play, it's just a great throw by Mac Jones, right where it needs to be, and I guarantee you, no matter what the situation is, this is pretty much a touchdown in a real game. If he throws this type of throw right there to the back of the end zone, perfect placement, accuracy is out of control. That's basically the theme of this practice for Mac Jones. Accuracy was on point. There was some critiques, I'm going to go over that later on. This wasn't his best practice day he's had of the entire Patriots offseason, but he hasn't really had a bad practice yet. There has not been a single bad practice. Every single one has shown a lot of promise. Now, this next play right here that we're watching, we get kind of a throw where we don't really get to see where it goes, but we get to see the motion. But the second throw here, we do get to see where it goes. It goes to Damian Harris here in the back of the end zone. So let's just watch this one. I love this throw as well. I mean, super accurate. Again, just right where it needs to be. He leads the receiver there. In this case, it's a running back, Damian Harris, who also shows really good catching ability as well. So really, really cool to see that throwing to the running backs today. Yesterday it was all tight ends. Today it seems like it was mostly a lot of running backs. We did see a couple to wide receivers and a couple to tight ends. We got to see so many more clips from yesterday as compared to any other practice so far this season. It seems like the most media coverage was yesterday, so we have a lot to go over. Now, this next clip right here is just a video of Mac Jones and Cam Newton throwing it. I wanted to mention Cam Newton also had an amazing practice. You know, a lot of people claim that I'm biased towards Mac Jones because I'm only making Mac Jones videos, but I'm here and I'm ready to recognize when Cam Newton has a really, really good day, and it is in the best interest of Mac Jones and the team for Cam Newton to play really well. I mentioned that yesterday. The more we see Cam Newton play good and able to start, the more time that's going to give Mac Jones to develop. We want him to come in when he's absolutely ready to start and not when we need him to come in and help us, basically. There was one more thing about Cam Newton I wanted to address other than the fact that he had a great practice, and I'm super excited about that and very happy because I want Cam Newton to play good and I want Cam Newton to start as long as possible to give Mac Jones more time. A lot of people are complaining that more people were excited when Mac Jones was playing good in practice than people are excited now that Cam Newton's playing good in practice. And that is true, and I have a simple explanation for that. I would even go as far as saying, as me alongside a majority of Patriots fans would prefer Mac Jones to play better than Cam Newton and be better than Cam Newton. And you might be thinking, what in the world, what does that mean? Mac Jones is a rookie that is 21 years old that we just spent a first-round pick on. Of course I'd prefer him to be better. We will have like 10 or 15 years of great quarterback play if he's a great quarterback. If Cam Newton's great, that's good, especially the short term. We want Mac Jones to have time. We want great quarterback play without Mac Jones having to come save us. However, Cam Newton's 32. I'm not going to be as excited about that as I am going to be about a 22-year-old quarterback that has 15 or 20 years ahead of him. That's the simple explanation, and I hope that makes sense. A lot of people were complaining that more people are excited or want Mac Jones to be better, and it makes sense. Of course they do. All right, let's move on. Here's another throw. This one's to Nelson Aguilar, and I love love this throw. Corner of the end zone. Look at how high he throws it, right where the receiver can just elevate to get that. That's a great throw to Nelson Aguilar there. And that's one of the first examples we've actually seen of him throwing to a wide receiver, which is so weird. But that is one of the first ones, maybe the second one out of all of the all. This is the sixth video. This is the sixth practice I'm making, and I think this is the second throw to a wide receiver I've seen from him. Here's a throw. This one's good too. This is to James White, who's obviously going to be a big part of the passing game. This one's just a simple throw, out route, really good accuracy here on the spot. Nothing particularly impressive about this. That's just a simple throw, but definitely not a bad one either. You could easily make that a bad throw, but he definitely pulled that off. Now, this one is going to be to Hunter Henry, obviously going to be a big part of the offense as well. And again, just another accurate example of a pass. He throws it right where it needs to be, where the tight end here can put his hands up. It's just above his head, perfect location. If there's a smaller defender right there, that's probably a catch. And if there's no defender around, that's also a good throw because it's an easy catchable pass for the tight end there. Now, finally, we have one more throw here, and this one's another one to James White. I'm pretty sure this is a different throw, but it could possibly be the same one as we saw a couple minutes ago. But I'm going to treat it as if it's a different one here. As you can see, it's just an out route again to James White, and that's right on the money, right where it needs to be. James White hardly has to slow down. I don't even think he changes momentum there at all, and he throws it a little high, which is going to be better than throwing it, off kilter a little bit. So I think that was a great throw there by Mac Jones. So this is probably like the sixth consecutive practice where we haven't had any video examples of Mac Jones throwing bad. There is some people, especially on Twitter, that still continue to criticize Mac Jones every single week, trying to point out weird flaws. Like, again, we focused on in the very beginning of all the camps and stuff on how people were saying Mac Jones is too small, and that just absolutely is not the case. I have no idea where this stupid stuff is coming from. But people said, oh, he looks too small, when there's probably like 15 starting NFL quarterbacks that are his size or smaller. Absolutely makes no sense. People say he's unathletic. He's literally in the top 50th percentile in the 40-yard dash of quarterbacks in the NFL. He's literally faster than Patrick Mahomes. He's faster than so many first-round quarterbacks from the previous 5 years. It makes no sense. Mac Jones, in my opinion, is playing as great as a rookie quarterback could possibly ever do in the Patriots camp here to begin things out. I have seen nothing but promise, especially when it comes to accuracy, maturity, and also just effort. So I have nothing but positives to say. There was an interception that we're going to go over in a little bit, but we're going to look at all the tweets first off. So this one's from a guy named Mark Daniels, and it says, in 7 versus 7s, Patriots had one period with the offense on the 10-yard line. Mac Jones' first rep was a beauty. He threaded the ball between Justin Bethel and Devin McCourty to hit Christian Welkerson for a touchdown. Jones should have had a touchdown on the next play, but it was dropped. So we saw some promise there with the defense on the field, pressuring him and defending the wide receivers as well in coverage. So we saw multiple reasons why this was a tougher practice drill, and it seems like Mac Jones had back-to-back really positive plays given that circumstance, because a lot of people were concerned, hey, a lot of these clips aren't showing any defenders, and that is true, but that doesn't really determine accuracy. To see the accuracy on a pass with no defenders is still a promising thing, because there's plenty of quarterbacks that are inaccurate in those types of situations still. With no pressure, no defender, still inaccurate. So to see him still extremely accurate in this situation is still a plus. People act like it counts for nothing, but it is a very good thing. Mac Jones said that he knows he'll have some good days and some bad days, but that he will keep working through it all. Today, he showed the most visible frustration media members have seen after throwing a pick to defensive back D. Virgin. He wound up and nearly punched the ground after. So I honestly would prefer to see this frustration rather than kind of just like giving up, putting his head down, and not really reacting. We've seen some quarterbacks that have not been very good, when they were very young, throw interceptions and not really get angry. They don't show too much emotion towards it. But it seems like Mac Jones, it does motivate him a little bit, which is obviously the best scenario. You want that to motivate him. Offensive tackle Trent Brown, who I love, by the way, on quarterback Mac Jones said, quote unquote, he's a young guy, but you can't really just refer to him as a young guy. You can tell he's been at a place where he's got some coaching, and I think he's going to be special in the future. Obviously, very positive to hear fellow teammates talking highly of him. but it's easy to see why they would think that. Great accuracy, great maturity, great effort, great poise, everything. To this point, we have a small sample size, but I would say that mostly we've come away with very, very good samples, even though it's a small sample size. What really is going to tell the full story is training camp and then eventually preseason, which I'm so excited for. And then really, I hope he does not touch the field after after preseason. I really hope he just stays on the bench the whole season. Maybe comes in a few situations, but really I'd prefer him to just not even touch the field. I would prefer Cam Newton to have a great season. We have a good season as a team. We play great, but Mac Jones gets to just sit back, learn, relax, and just really get to know the NFL before he comes in. I would love to have more of a Patrick Mahomes type situation where he really flew under the radar and then obviously came in and played lights out in his basically sophomore season with the Kansas City Chiefs. I would love for something like that to happen. Obviously, a different type of player, different level probably of play, but just similar situation is what I'm hoping for there. Rather than having a quarterback situation like a franchise like the Browns or the Jets would pull off, where they start their quarterback in the rookie season. Basically, it's like teaching your kid how to swim by throwing them in the lake. And I would prefer us to basically give Mac Jones swimming lessons before he gets thrown in. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to destroy the like button to help the YouTube algorithm out as I'm trying to build this channel. You guys have done such a great job with the interactions. Even when I pull up my YouTube app, it lets me know your channel is being spread to more people because your interaction is high from your viewers. So basically, you guys are literally the best and actually helping me grow this channel. So continue to smash the like button, continue to leave comments down below, and that will help me out tremendously. Also, be sure to subscribe if you like the Patriots or football, and also be sure not to subscribe if you hate puppies or hate kittens or hate babies. And also, if that is the case, be sure not to like the video and not to leave a comment down below while you're at it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.